See what a disgusting fucking dirtbag creep looks like? You're looking at one, ladies and gentlemen. And that is a cop. So yeah, cop gets probation after preying on a minor. Say what? Yeah. Denver cop gets probation on preying on a minor. Dirtbag creep. Dirtbag creep. This fucker goes on probation. I hope Tommy Thaw, aka Colorado Pred Patrol, exposes this piece of shit. Oh yeah. Dirtbag basura. Disgusting basura. Check it out.
And we bring you a lot of unbelievable stories.
Yeah.
This one. Cop. Probation after preying on a minor. Let me give you the details on this. Now former,
Yep.
Denver Police Sergeant Timothy Hyatt, 45.
Timothy Hyatt.
2 charges after being accused of propositioning someone he thought was a 14-year-old girl in a series of online exchanges. Today, a judge sentenced Hyatt to 4 years of sex offender intensive supervised
4 years?
probation.
Piece of shit should be locked out. It should be on the list forever.
Assault on a child, a felony, and attempted unlawful sexual conduct, a
Motherfucker should be on the Megas list. Yeah, MLP, baby. Fucking put him on the MLP. Megas list pedophile.
misdemeanor. He will be required to register as a sex offender and is not allowed to possess firearms. If he successfully completes probation, though, this is this right here. The case will be wiped off his record. This guy?
Unbelievable. Absolutely
Attempted
disgusting.
sexual assault on a child. Wiped off his record if he just goes through the program.
Wow.
Hyatt had originally been charged with internet luring of a child, a higher level crime than the 2 counts he admitted to. In a deal with prosecutors, internet luring of a child is a class 4 felony in Colorado.
Class C4 felony.
From 9 News. The backstory, the investigation began February 25th, 2022, when a sheriff's investigator went online posing as a girl named Lindsay, was contacted by someone with the username Hot Guy for Fun 2021, who said he was Tim in Colorado, according to court documents. Over a series of exchanges, Tim described specific sex acts he wanted to engage in with the girl. And the two agreed to meet at a park in Lakewood a few weeks later. The man didn't show up, and the detective noted that his account on a social media site had been deleted. At that point, the detective began the process of obtaining records from social media and wireless companies and concluded that Tim was, in fact, Hyatt. In a phone call August 10th, 2022, the detective told Hyatt that she wanted to talk to him about his communications with a 14-year-old girl. Hyatt said, quote, "I got carried away."
Oh, my God.
That's according to court documents. Hyatt also said he was bored and that I know that I shouldn't have gotten on those.
Oh, my God. Listen to this shit.
Again, referenced in the documents. He turned.
Oh, that's the fucking skin. Oh, I got bored. Well, I knew I fucked up. Got bored. Douchebag. Fucking douchebag. Basura.
Himself in. The next day, he was arrested, charged. Denver Police Department suspended him without pay.
Good.
Hyatt is no longer able to work as a police officer in the state.
Good. You shouldn't be working as a police officer anywhere in the country.
Once he's finished with his program and hopes, and I believe is the intent, to wipe the records, he's probably going to leave the state and do perhaps his dirt elsewhere.
Yeah.
What do you make of this deal, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, this is so infuriating because, like, everything about our system is flipped on its head, right? If he was a police officer, I mean, like...
Well, that's how broken the system is, Jim. I just did a story about how broken the system was. One person gets 3 years, another gets 65. That's how broken our system is.
If anybody is going to get the maximum sentence for anything, literally just for any crime in general, like, the more power you have, the more the law should apply to you, and the more extreme the penalties should be. That is like how a morally decent society should function, is that the more power you have, the more scrutiny you should be facing from the public, and the more intense pressure you should be facing in order to, like, justify your actions and things like that. And so in a case like this, to see somebody, like, getting off with, like, probation. It's just disgusting.
Gross.
And, like, once again, this is another one of those cases where in a lot of ways this man is the outlier. The truth of the matter is, there are police officers who literally threaten to like arrest people, or even people who are arrested are sexually assaulting people in like prisons and jails, right? Like, especially like correctional officers. This is a known problem across the entire United States of America. And so it is a rare instance that this person's being caught, and when he's caught, then he's being treated with leniency. But the truth of the matter is, this is rampant across the United States. And like, if like, and that's one of those things that's just so infuriating, because there's so many like other news outlets that aren't TYT that want to pretend that, oh no, these police officers, they're all fine and decent people. And this couldn't be happening because, of course, we can't trust marginalized people when they talk about their experiences, because why don't they file a police report? I don't know. Why don't people file more police reports against police officers like that are like sexually assaulting them? That's a real big mystery. I don't know. It's just deeply infuriating, everything about this story, that we just treat people like this with so much leniency.
Yeah, and in this case, detective posing as a 14-year-old, but that was the intent, right? And you're exactly right. This is a sergeant we're talking about here, who chose law enforcement as a career to serve, protect, uphold the rule of law. And here we go again. I am also been concerned with the coziness. This is a deal. Okay, this is a sweet deal that I wouldn't have got, you wouldn't have got.
I wouldn't have got it, no fucking way.
Prosecutors and police, and the bending over backwards here, it seems, to protect this.
Yeah, how many times, it's like, how many stories have I reported? Time in and time out, time in and time out, over and over and over, that the law bends over backwards for cops. Probation, don't have to go in the lid. Oh, they get the records expunged, all this shit.
Former sergeant who by.
And here's another case. I remember years ago, Eric Brand got 90 days for chalking, graffitiing. Yeah, right on chalk, which is watchable on a sidewalk. There was a Denver cop who got 90 days for raping a woman.
By the way, can go to another state, it seems. This is my reading of it. Once this is over and they're cleared to leave and resume a career, which perhaps put him closer to doing dirt against children. The coziness, though, between prosecutors and police. Do you think that was a factor here?
I mean,
my always saying is that once a fucking pedophile, always a pedophile.
I can't see how it wouldn't be a factor. Like, the unfortunate reality is prosecutors spend a ridiculous amount of time with police officers, and honestly view themselves as police officers in a lot of ways. I mean, you know, how many DAs refer to themselves as like the top cop, right? You know, the unfortunate reality is there's this constant link, when in actuality they should be completely separated from each other, right? Prosecutors and police officers should really have no involvement with each other. And when you add that on top of the fact that like prosecutors just have way more money and influence within our system than like public defenders do, you get a system that is so deeply imbalanced where it really is just the police and prosecutors versus every person in the world, basically. And so it's really infuriating to see that relationship continuing to exist throughout the United States when it really shouldn't. And a functioning justice system would not allow any type of like working relationship between prosecutors and police officers. Yeah.
And when you reference what this country is, there's a crusade against educating people and helping people. And that includes children, understand themselves, their bodies, their boundaries. It's a sick problem. Our society has a real sickness.
Yeah, and that tells you, it just tells you, ladies and gentlemen, how broken our system is. It really is. I mean, people get, you know, they bend over backwards. They get a sweet little deal. Well, the other guy who gets a shaft. That's the thing is, when you got money, higher power, like he said it. And when you got money, you go buy the best attorney, like, okay, they'll get you off. They'll get you a sweet deal. But if you're broke as a joke, you get fucked by the system. It was my name, my peace out.